let's go into Donda real quick because it finally dropped. We got 27 fucking tracks, which I will just say over the top. No album should ever be 27 songs. No album should ever be 27 songs, especially not in today's day and age. You can't keep my attention for shit. I listen to all of them because I'm a lemming, but that is what it is. Allow me to just fucking rant for a minute because I have some notes here that I really want to say. Because there's one word to me that I really think overall encapsulates the second half of Kanye's career, and it's moments. He's not making complete albums anymore. He's giving you standout moments. Since the Life of Pablo, that's not a fucking solid album. What that is it's a number of moments compiled together. This record just felt like a bunch of standout moments, which one of the things that I have a gripe about is the fact
Thank you for saying that, by the way.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to compartmentalize Kanye's career into College Dropout to Yeezus, which were fucking focused pieces of art that all had a purpose. And then after that, he went to this playlist format where he's like taking different artists. He's basically DJ Khaleding artist, where he's the producer and he's bringing all these artists in and creating this fucking hodgepodge of whatever the fuck it is he feels like making at that moment. That is one of my gripes on the album because Kanye didn't have a lot of the standout moments. He had a few, but realistically, this was more a breeding ground for up-and-coming artists for him to show, like, look, I'm still in the mix. Like, to me, like, Don Toliver's part on Moon is a standout. Fucking Fivio Foreign coming in on Off the Grid.
That's the best verse on the album.
It's the best verse on the album, absolutely, 150%. Yeah. But to me, the vibe of the fucking record was incredible. I am a mindless lemming. I loved it. Moon is a standout to me. Lord, I Need You is a standout to me. That's very old school Kanye. New Again could have been an amazing moment. It felt very graduation. It wasn't. I mean, I could go on and on, but I really do want, because I want to get into Dave and Dante, I want to get into Kenny and Dante, but Dave, I'm more interested in your perspective here as the consummate Kanye hater. Give me your impression.
See, you keep saying that. I'm not like you said
have proof.
College,
you say it on the podcast all the time.
I hate Kanye West the person. It's like, all right, for instance, I was talking about Tim Tebow today. We've talked about Tim Tebow on the show.
Another mindless lemming person for
greatness that is Tim Tebow when he was at the University of Florida. Kenny, as you, I mean, Florida guy. I just hate the fucking guy, even though I'm kind of the asshole because by all accounts he is a good person.
I was gonna say I don't know why.
Because I hate his guts.
Is he too handsome? Is that the problem?
No, I do hate people for being too handsome.
He's too nice.
But that's a lot of it. Yes, I want him to call me a fucking cocksucker or something. But I don't know. That's like, I fully recognize his greatness. At the same time, I hate the guy. Same thing with Kanye West. But like, I hate admitting this, and I don't know how to put it into words now. But everything that you just said made me like the album more. Like, so as I was listening to it, I listened to it in two halves. I was driving out way far west suburbs, like 40-mile drive. I had an hour to listen to it, so I got through the first half of the album. And then on the way back to the city yesterday afternoon, my favorite part, this is like what I was going to say, my favorite part of the album was, so I had Kanye West up on Spotify on my Bluetooth in my car. It started playing my beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy tracks, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah, now we got some good music to listen to. There was nothing about the album itself when I listened to it straight through, or in halves rather, there wasn't a single song where I was like, actually, I took a couple screenshots of the songs I did like. I forget their names already, but I wasn't blown away. I didn't think it was bad, but I wasn't blown away. It was just like, but everything that you just said about the listening party, the marketing, the theatrics behind it, it makes me appreciate it that much more.
I think as a huge Kanye fan, the fact that it was good, at least serviceable, and I could listen to it, was a sigh of relief for me, because I didn't want it to be another Jesus is King situation where I was like,
that's what Colin texted us. Yeah. After he listened to it, he was like, I'm relieved. It wasn't like this is
weight off his shoulders.
He was just happy that it wasn't a bomb.
I'll say this again. If I never listen to it again, then I wouldn't care.
I'm not there. There's a lot of really great songs on this record, and I want to move past Dave, because Dave, by the way, that was an honest reaction. I appreciate that. Let's move to Dante. Dante, what was your impression?
I want to hear Kenny's first, because
there we go.
He looks like he's been stewing in his own thoughts.
Yeah, Kenny.
Because I have a feeling I'm gonna like sing praises in some parts, and then Kenny's just gonna obliterate.
Well, Kenny's the producer of the group, so
that's what right, I'll go first because I don't want to be artificial. So I was actually driving back to Chicago from Cleveland Sunday morning. And it was like perfect timing because I was like, oh, I got a 5-hour drive. I can like bang this out like twice, which
you can listen to it twice.
You gotta listen to an album more than once to.
Yeah, like, that's true too. I'll give it a couple more shots.
So like you hear a song once and it's whatever. Like I don't think you have a good first impression, but you can't make a like good critique on it unless you've heard it a couple of times.
Yeah.
So I ran through it the first time. First song that jumped out at me was "Believe What I Say." I was like, this is a banger. Like finally, there's a song I can play in the club.
It's graduation meets the life of Pablo. Yeah. It's fucking.
I mean, the bass line is straight off of Fade.
It's Fade. It's exactly what it is. That's why I said the life of Pablo.
The sample is, perfect. Like, Lauryn Hill doo-wop. And the thing that I really like, I actually love about Kanye is he samples songs, but he does them in a way that is so far above other people's, like he's just on a whole nother level. Like a lazy producer like Puff Daddy like samples a song and just takes the hook or takes the exact beat and reworks it and puts it out, and everyone knows what the fuck the song is. It's nothing new. It's a reworked version of the original.
I don't think anybody could have done that. With that though.
But exactly. Anybody
could have done the doo-wop sample. It's one of the greatest fucking pop hits.
Right, but Kanye takes that song and he samples the, like in the beginning, like Lauryn Hill, like humming almost, and runs that through the whole song. And it's this layer that rather than being a vocal, it's more of an instrument.
He uses vocals as instruments for his entire career. What's his first huge hit? It was Jesus Walks. It's literally, the beat is just voices. He is the greatest manipulator of the human voice ever.
So that's where I'm just like, man, like I'm a half-ass producer. Kenny's a fucking producer. Like,
yeah, Kenny's got diamond credits.
From my standpoint, like I listen to something like that and I'm just like, holy fuck, like this guy is just so fucking on it. And I know he had a million co-producers on this. I'm not saying it was all him, but he is, and he has been doing this his whole career. So he is just a fucking genius when it comes to that. And I'm listening to these other songs, like, Off the Grid even. And I'm just thinking, like, from a production standpoint, like looking at these tracks in Pro Tools, there's got to be 900 layers to these songs. Like, the layers have to just be pages and pages and pages.
Did you guys see the photo of I forget who it was, but there was a guy in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium working on the record off a laptop down in the green in the locker room.
How burned out he looked.
Yeah, but like talking about how like the layers, how many like it was changing. There's adding layers, moving. Like there's so many moving parts in these.
Think about a song like 24 that he sampled a choir.
Yes.
Do you understand the time it would take to not only arrange a choir to sing these parts and then fucking sample it and balance it in the mix?
Yeah, from a production standpoint, it's incredible. I mean, you sent me the rip after the first listening party. You sent it to our whole group, and I listened to it, and I was like, oh man, we got another gospel album. Like, it is what it is. But for somehow, some way, he's managed to take like clean lyrics and rapping about like God and faith.
How about he's got Griselda on there? He's got fucking West Side Gun on there going, I was down for 15 and I beat it. He's literally talking about drug charges on a gospel track. It's fucking
it's crazy, incredible. Man. It's so from all those points of view, I think it's incredible and I'm happy with it.
I think we end the conversation. I just want to real quick run through some of the songs that I thought were really, really fucking standouts from this record. Because there's a lot. And Jail was not one of them. I have to be completely honest. I skipped Jail because I've heard Jail so many times in the listening parties. I spoiled it for myself. But Hurricane, watching that grow from the Yandhi leaks until now has been fucking incredible. Shouts out The Weeknd. Shouts out Lil Baby. Incredible work.
Everyone loves that song. Can I ask you a question about that?
Absolutely.
all right. I don't want to go off the rails here and get into a huge conspiracy theory, but I can't buy this whole Kanye versus Drake thing. I feel like it's so orchestrated.
Oh, absolutely.
Why is The Weeknd on Kanye's album?
So
if there's this blood feud between Kanye,
it was a weird thing,
like a Jake Paul thing.
So what happened was I totally agree that these two are in cahoots. They're trying to push their album. So Kanye's been doing this since 2007 with Graduation. He did it with fucking 50 Cent when Curtis came out. They've been doing this forever. It's the fight game. It's show. It's all this shit. Kanye and Drake don't give a fuck about each other. They really don't. It's all show. The Weeknd in an interview said the one artist he wants to work with again is Kanye. The next day, The Weeknd sends in vocals to Hurricane, which is a song that has had reference vocals on it for 3 fucking years. Ant Clemens recorded the original version, so all he did was lay vocals. I do agree. This is all fight game. This is all show. Other than that, I love Junior. I love the ignorant fucking just the organ with Playboy Cardi in there. I think it got sick. Believe What I Say obviously is the smash of the record. 24 brings tears to my eyes with fucking I'm cool with God. I'm a God guy. I got my Jesus piece hanging out. Whatever. That moved me. That was cool. That was fucking dope. Moon is to me the most beautiful song on the album with Don Toliver with an absolute show out feature that he basically got sampled for. And Cudi coming and doing Cudi's thing.
It makes you like want to call your mom.
It makes me want to call my mom. It makes me want to think about life. It makes me want to think about every decision I've ever made.
Hey mama.
Hey mama. Jesus Lord, obviously you got to take both parts in it, but like that's the older generation. That's the Jay Electronicas. That's the Locks. You know what I mean? And then the Larry Hoover Jr. thing at the end. Pure Souls. Roddy Ricch is an absolute fucking superstar. Yeah.
That's what I got marked down as my favorite song from the album is Pure Souls. And
Pure Souls. Roddy Ricch is
completely blunt. I don't remember it. I just remember saying this song's fucking good.
Roddy's a superstar. He's
the next one for me is the one that it took me like 3 or 4 times too, and then it hit me, and that was like the goosebump song.
Now, do you see me getting hype right now? I just fucking flared my shirt out.
The next one's Come
to Life. He's sitting over my shoulder. It's an amalgamation of my 2 favorite artists of all time. This is influenced by Springsteen. That is Jungle Land's Bridge. 100%. The piano part is Jungle Land's Bridge. He literally took me to a different dimension with Come to Life. That should have been the album closer. That was a perfect closer. That was the musical moment you were waiting for the entire time. That transcends generations and genre. Come to Life is really an all-time Kanye moment. There's a million moments on this album, and I think we've said enough, but goddamn, thank you, Kanye West. It was good. It's too long. There's filler. Fuck Marilyn Manson. That's all I have to say. I think we covered it pretty much, boys.
Yo, dude, you guys turned me into a fan of it, and I'm actually excited to listen to it. I was gonna listen to it a handful of times because a lot of times actually it does take me to multiple listens to really enjoy an artist or a band, and I'm excited to listen to it again. The first time, if you took away all the show with the watch parties and lighting the cell phone on fire and Marilyn Manson, blah blah blah, I would have never cared to listen to it again. But after this entire rant, you called it, I'm a fan. I'm pumped to listen to it again.